today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. Set to kick off.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Here we go. Like 20! What we got? Tighten up.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. For the Vikings and 49ers, you might remember, met in the divisional round of the playoffs a season ago. The Vikings coming in off the overtime win against New Orleans. But the 49ers, they were rested and ready, and they got a couple of touchdown runs from Tevin Coleman. And their defense shut out the Vikings in the second half as that wound up a 27-10 Niner victory. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football, got to him, and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
On the tackle.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well. Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Complete.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, Cook. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 30. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are. You know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant. Here's Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 27, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard.
He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, Jackson. Smith catches left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Just the first quarter attack going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and running all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed it, it would have been a long night.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings 7, 49ers 0.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Jeff Gladney.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
That was a heck of an effort to stop them just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe. Because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
Vikings 7, 49ers.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Complete to number 9.
A big play there for Minnesota. 52 yards. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They try again with Cook. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. This defense is really fooling around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
10, 49ers 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He's tackled at
the good run on 1st down, followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. But he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Mostert. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And it is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
The ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Wisnowski to kick off for San Francisco.
Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
It's caught inside the 25. Jackson. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
53 yards.
Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. D.J. Waddle able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On third and long, it's Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. After the interception, here's Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
Number 18,
Justin Jefferson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is good. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10.
Tighten up. Pull together. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there with a nice pickup.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
To the 48-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's James.
Complete to
People
Ricky
worry
James.
about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd down and goal. Jackson, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Lamar Jackson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
This will make it into the end zone. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded at the 20. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. The 40, the 20, 10. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
Cook following the penalty. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Minnesota.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Jackson.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Not much there, only a yard.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
Throw left side complete. It's Smith. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Holding offense.
What happened?
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On second down now, it's Cook.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Third down.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And Defense's kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more. From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. They'll try and run it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
The ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, 29 yards. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A very solid gain of 27.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play.
The field goal is good.
He looked like one of those guys.
Score, Vikings 44.
So he remains perfect. Big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And